everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm from Belarus. In Belarus we speak Russian language, but I do not live there anymore. I used to live there, but after I went on vacation to Bali and I got stuck there because of COVID, so I've been traveling since then. I'm 27 and what do I do for a living? I teach Russian language, I teach foreigners how to speak Russian, and also I've written a few books about Russian language that I sell online. So I wrote a new book, and the new book is about dating, Russian dating. And why did I decide to write this book in the first place? Because I've been teaching Russian for more than 5 years, and I realized that I get the same questions from my students in every single lesson. Like, it became clear to me that a lot of people from all over the world, they have the same inquiries, the same questions. Like, for instance, I get a lot of questions like, who should pay for the first date in Russia, or what's the typical Russian date is like, or what's the main difference between dating in the West and dating in Russia. So that's why I decided to write this book to answer all of these questions. So what do you think about dating in the West and in Russia, and what is the main difference? First of all, I want to say that I think we have different cultural norms and different approach to relationship. Like, for example, Russian people, they tend to emphasize commitment and family, and they prioritize long-term relationship. In contrast, I think in the West, like Western dating may involve some casual relationship before settling down. But yeah, I think that's the main difference. Like, for example, we do not have this like 2 or 3 months period when you kind of like don't know if you're a boyfriend and a girlfriend and you're allowed to see other people to explore the options. I think we're like kind of after second or third date, we're like more exclusive. So yeah, so I think basically the approach to relationship is a little bit different. Typical first Russian date is like going to have dinner in a restaurant, not necessarily like an expensive restaurant with fine dining and stuff, just a normal one with the cozy atmosphere, with romantic vibes, where you can talk to each other and learn more about each other, or you can do like fun activity together, such as like ice skating or bowling, or going to a museum or an art gallery. So yeah, I think it's like everywhere else in the world. Who should pay for the first date? Well, it's a touchy subject for some people, but in Russia, in Belarus, in Ukraine, in Slavic countries, usually men pays for the first date, I think because of the cultural norms or because of the gender roles. Every couple decides what works best for them, and in some Russian relationship, men might pay for everything, but if it doesn't match your values, it's really important to talk about it with your partner. And of course, in some Russian relationship, like women might want to contribute, and some couples, they share the expenses like 50-50 or 70-30. So it really depends on the couple and how they manage their finances. I think in Russia, the amount of dates before a relationship becomes official can vary, but it typically ranges like from 3 to 5 dates, I would say. However, it really depends on connection and level of chemistry between two people. I talk a lot about mistakes on a date with a Russian girl in my book, but I think the biggest mistake will be splitting the bill, especially on a first date with a Russian girl, but I don't think people go Dutch on a first date anyways. But I think the fun fact would be that we do not bring even amount of flowers on a date, because we give even number of flowers just for funerals. So that would be a fun fact. Once in a relationship, Russian girl often views her partner as a provider and protector, valuing his emotional and financial support, of course. And a Russian girl often emphasizes relationship as a teamwork and mutual support in achieving goals, and she views her partner with a strong sense of loyalty and commitment. And what she might do for him. I think Russian girls are traditional girls, so they show that they care through cooking, for example, organizing house life, of course, offering emotional support and encouragement during the challenging times. So yeah, I think that's the way Russian relationship works. What I want to add, I think that there are a lot of stereotypes about Russian people and Russian girls, in particular that Russian girls are gold diggers or Russian people never smile, and I think this is not true. I talked more about that in my book, but also I don't think we just need to trust stereotypes like 100%, and I think it always depends on the person and on the person's upbringing. So yeah, if you have any questions, just write a comment and I'm going to answer it.